James out of Honolulu, Hawaii wants to talk to you, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, James. Welcome to church.
Well, thank you very much. I've been following you for about 3 years. I support, and I've had a lot of breakthroughs.
Right on. I'm glad to hear that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about two things. I'm a resident manager here in Honolulu.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of people disobeying or not following through on the distancing. So instead of social distancing, I thought maybe we should just say physical distancing. Might be easier to understand.
Maybe they'll understand it then if you said it that way.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I see that happening around here too. A lot of people still, maybe they don't, as you said, maybe they don't believe it, or they're just rebelling against the government.
Well, the young people, I talked to the college kids are all partying now because the bars are closed here.
Yeah.
And she said to me, because I wasn't implying, I was just saying what you should do, and she said, well, don't you know to forbid is forbidden? And I was like, whoa, what is that all about? So she doesn't want to be told what she can or can't do. To forbid is forbidden.
Well,
that's their head.
Yeah, young people think that they're God. They think that they're invincible. They think that they will never die. They think they won't get sick. But that's normal, abnormal. So when you're young, you just go through that. When I was young, I never imagined, I didn't think about death, and I didn't think about all that stuff either. So I understand why they're doing that. It's just a big ego for young people.
It is, and they'll act accordingly, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to testify about my situation and listening faithfully to you. And I'm a older, well, kind of older, 69-year-old gay man.
You're 69-year-old. Did you say gay man?
40. Gay man, yeah.
He said gay or day?
Gay.
Oh,
and,
so you're a 69-year-old gay man, okay.
I am, and I've been in a relationship with my companion for 40 years.
Whoa!
Yeah, a long time. But 20 of those years, it's been companionship. It's not anything more than that.
Right.
And when we started listening to you, if you ask any gay man who their best friend is, this is almost a given. They'll say their best friend is my mother.
Yep. Yep.
And when both of our moms and dads are passed away, so it was very hard for us to think, gee, this was my best friend. But as we began to forgive them in our minds,
yes,
we started to see levels of kindness reemerge in ourselves. And I thought that was pretty fascinating, and it's been a whole different ballgame since then.
And when you say levels of kindness, what do you mean?
I have a tendency that I like to observe. I believe that every problem has a solution. So I'm always I'm a building manager, so I identify the problem, and then there is a solution.
Absolutely.
And it's been, after all these years, it's been driving me nuts because now instead of going right to the solution, I follow you and I say, observe.
Yeah.
Of course there's a problem, but observe.
Yeah.
And see what the result can be instead of solving it right away. And it's an ego thing, I think.
That's amazing. Are you close to your father?
Well, they've all passed on.
Oh.
Yeah, I was pretty close to my dad.
Yeah.
Dad, these were all World War II folks. My mom and dad met in the Army hospital, and that's where they married from there. And my mother had been imprisoned she had been sent over to the Philippines as an Army nurse, and her whole barracks got rheumatic fever, and she came back to the hospital, and my dad was blown off a Jeep in Germany.
That's amazing.
And myself and my brother came to be.
Yeah. But let me ask, even though you've been living that lifestyle for so long, Do you think that is right, or there is something wrong with it?
Well, I feel in the lifestyle, and I can only relate to those that I know. And what people outside of the gay lifestyle don't understand is that there's another whole reality that gay people talk and believe amongst themselves. And I haven't really found anyone in all these years who's been in any way happy from the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And, I think for a lot of men who are childless, you also, at a certain point, you say, gee, my chances of ever having a child. But beyond that, it's been very interesting to see how much that within the gay realm, those gays that connect to one another will make a lot of jokes about all the realities, but there's always this underlying sense of sadness.
Yeah. They're not happy at all.
No, not at all. I mean, they put on a good show because that's part of the culture.
Yeah.
It's a whole culture that's developed, but it's very difficult to see because for one, you really can't make a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason that most of them say that their mothers are their best friends is because they have totally taken over the identity of their mother. Within themselves, they literally feel like a woman. And that's why they think that they were born that way. They don't realize that they have been spiritually traumatized by resenting or being angry at the mother while growing up, and that they can overcome it. There's nothing in earth that you cannot overcome if you get to know yourself and know that it's not right. You might not know how to overcome it, but know that something's wrong with it. And when you know something's wrong with it, you can overcome anything. But if you accept it as a norm, then you cannot overcome it because you totally believe in something that's wrong.
Yeah, gay people tend to view women as silly. I mean, you could see it in how they portray women. Drag queens, it's always silly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There's no such thing as a serious, presentation. It's a silly, campy kind of a thing. Because it's at a certain point, I think, when they were youngish, they've just determined when mother was overbearing and giving them, oh, you're so special, you're mommy's little genius.
Yeah.
Here's the cookies. Yet when they go to school, they might be just a nasty, bullying person, but when they get home, mother praises them.
Yes.
So in that praise, they at some point say, women's love is silly, and they turn it off.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I've seen.
They and most of the cases, the fathers don't accept it as a norm, but the mother will, and that's why they end up close to the mother. That's why we got to get men back to their natural state of being so that they can protect their children from that type of a mother. And when the mother tries to praise the kids for being wrong, the father needs to step in and tell the mother, no, you're not going to do that to my child. You're wrong. Get out of here, right? But the fathers have been traumatized by their mothers, and they're married, as I've said, they're married to the mothers, and they can't handle it. But I'm really happy to hear from you, man.
I'm so happy to talk to you, even in these circumstances. We'll all go forward together, and thank you so much.
You're welcome, and call me again.
I will. Thank you.
All right, God bless you. That's amazing to get a call from someone who's been doing that lifestyle for so long.
Yeah, normally they don't live that long.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And they see that I'm right about what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is why we got to get over the anger so we don't judge, right? And put the truth out there as it comes through us. We are created, God created us for two reasons. One is to, what do you call that word? We make babies? We procreate.
Yeah.
What?
Procreation.
Procreation. And then he created us to make love through us, to create love through us. That's how it's done. And that's why you got to forgive so you can come out of that anger, hateful mode and into love. Then he can create it through you. That's why we're here. I hear people saying, oh, what's your purpose? My purpose is to write books. My purpose is to do this. That's not your purpose. That's your job. right? When I see these entertainers on TV right now talking about, oh, I had a flu test. I mean, a Chinese virus test. And they act like it's all wonderful or something, right? I don't know why you haven't tested that. Us no, nobody cares. But I think that they're trying to influence others to go do it, but it's stupid. It really too. I don't even believe Tom Hanks. Maybe he had it or not, but I'll deal with that this week.
Sonic Striker SpeedXZ says, if gay men become gay because they become their mothers, what makes women into lesbians? Great call, by the way. Amazing.
Women resent their mothers, and most of them resent their fathers too because they've been turned away. But you become attracted to what you hate, so they resent their mothers, and so they're turned on sexually because emotion awaken your sexual nature. And they're not going to go have sex with mama, but they'll go have sex with other mamas who are just like mama. But they're yearning for the father, and so they find these women that look like the image of a man, even though it's not a man. Even the image is not a real man image, right? It's a lesbian image. But they really are turned on by the resentment of their mother. That's why they're sexually attracted to one another. And men who become homosexuals are that way because they become a woman too, so they feel like a woman. And they want to have sex with what look like other men. It's the same spirit.